Diabetes can be conquered, and it can be conquered quite easily, whether it's type 1 diabetes or type 2. Type 1 diabetes is usually if the pancreas is damaged, and it is said that the cells don't make any insulin, but I have seen pancreases revive once they're given the right conditions. So, as I have mentioned several times before, page 127 of the Ministry of Healing states, in the case of sickness, the cause should be ascertained. Wrong habits corrected and unhealthful conditions changed. Then nature is to be assisted in her efforts to expel impurities and re-establish right conditions back in the system.
Did you know that diabetes affects over 422 million people worldwide, according to the World Health Organization? In the US alone, over 37 million people have diabetes, and another 96 million adults are pre-diabetic, many of whom don't even know it. Diabetes can lead to serious health complications, from heart disease to nerve damage. But what if I told you that the food you eat plays a crucial role in managing and even reversing diabetes symptoms? Yes, by adopting the right diet, you can stabilize blood sugar levels, reduce insulin resistance, and improve overall health. The key is choosing the right foods while avoiding the ones that spike blood sugar. So what are the best foods for diabetics? And what should you avoid at all costs? Stay tuned as I unveil a full diabetes-friendly meal plan, including breakfast, lunch, and dinner, to help you take control of your health one meal at a time. As a thank you for joining me today, we're giving away 100 free copies of my best-selling book to subscribers. So if you haven't yet, hit subscribe, like this video, and comment why you want to win.
So let's have a look at some of the main causes of diabetes. Number one, believe it or not, is food. And there are some foods that cause diabetes, and there are some foods that can heal diabetes. So what I'd like to begin with is looking at what is causing diabetes. And never in the history of mankind have human beings eaten so many carbohydrates. So let's do a carbohydrate assessment. In fact, they used to be called starches, but mostly they're called carbohydrates now. And for breakfast, most people are having cereal. There's a little book called Cereal Killer by Alan Watson, and this is the serial killer. And he states in that book that 93% of American children have cereal for breakfast, and 30% of the cereals are sugar. And by the age of 3, 1 in 3 American children are obese. And I'll show you why. Also bread. Bread is a very popular food. Bread and cereal are very popular. They're just fast. They're just there. And pretzels. That's an American favorite. I'll say cakes, but I'm probably also considering donuts, cookies, things like that. So I'll say etc. Pasta, very popular food. Pie. I know in Australia pies are popular. Pizza. Europeans have introduced Americans and Australians to this fast food. Also rice and potatoes. And last and certainly least in nutritive value is the pure crystallized acid that's been extracted from the sugarcane plant. It's one of the most lethal substances, I believe, that has been introduced to the human frame. Now, all of these foods in the gastrointestinal tract break down to a little substance called glucose. And as I showed in my previous presentation, glucose now can come into the blood. And it goes into the blood, then it goes on the M1 main highway straight to the project manager, which is the liver. And then the liver sends the glucose to the cell. So let's have a look at what's happening in the cell. So the glucose comes into the cell and it comes in under the action of insulin. Insulin increases 30-fold the amount of glucose that can get into the cell. So let's draw a little pancreas here. for our illustrations, this is the pancreas, and it lives under our left rib, and it releases insulin. And insulin's role in the body is to get the glucose out of the blood and into the cell. So it comes down into the cell and it goes through a 20-step pathway. That 20-step pathway delivers 2 units of energy. And the end result of that 20-step pathway is a chemical form of glucose called pyruvate.
Eating too many carbohydrates, especially processed ones, makes blood sugar levels rise quickly. The pancreas releases insulin to help move sugar from the blood into the cells for energy. When this happens too often, the cells stop responding properly to insulin. The pancreas then makes even more insulin to force the sugar into the cells. Over time, the pancreas gets overworked and starts making less insulin. When this happens, sugar stays in the blood instead of going into the cells. This leads to type 2 diabetes. When too much sugar enters the liver turns it into fat. This fat builds up in the liver and other organs, making insulin work even less effectively. When insulin stops working well, sugar levels stay high in the blood, damaging blood vessels, nerves, and organs. Many other foods also increase the risk of diabetes. Fried foods, margarine, and packaged snacks contain harmful fats that make it harder for insulin to do its job. Soda, energy drinks, and even fruit juice cause a fast rise in blood sugar because they have no fibre to slow down the process. Processed meats like bacon, sausages, and hot dogs contain chemicals that increase stress and inflammation in the body, making insulin resistance worse. Low-fat dairy products often have added sugar and artificial ingredients that disrupt blood sugar levels. Oils found in fast food, salad dressings, and processed snacks also create problems. These oils increase inflammation, which makes insulin work less effectively. Alcohol weakens the liver, making it even harder for the body to control blood sugar. When a diet is full of processed carbohydrates, sugary drinks, unhealthy fats, and processed meats, it becomes much easier for insulin resistance to develop. Over time, this leads to diabetes and other serious health problems.
First of all, like to look at is what would be a really good breakfast for a diabetic. So what does a diabetic have to reduce down?
Sugar.
The sugars, that's right. They have to reduce them right down. It doesn't mean they can't have sugars. It means that they need to greatly reduce it. So any suggestions on a good way to start a diabetic's breakfast? And there's no right or wrong answers here, okay? Yeah? Lentils. Lentils is a good one. So we might put lentils here. What we aim for is half cooked, half raw. And the reason why we like half cooked, half raw, because raw will deliver what cooked won't, and cooked will deliver what raw won't. But if someone's got an irritated lining of the gut, then maybe not raw. So you can see how you would adjust your menus according to the person and according to what their problem was. But this person does not have any gut problems. Their problem is diabetes. So what else could go with the lentils?
Walnuts. I'm just wondering, what do you mean raw would deliver?
When you cook food, you lose some of the tender vitamins. And when you cook food, you release things that aren't available in the raw. So vitamin C, of course, is destroyed with cooking.
Vegetables.
So any ideas on what else this diabetic... He might not be happy if we just give him lentils.
Grapefruit.
Grapefruit, yeah, yeah. So grapefruit.
It's a breakfast, yeah. Buckwheat.
Buckwheat, yeah. What I always do with guests, because before they go home, I make out a program for them. And depending on their problem, I'll do what we're doing now. Now, if If they screw up their nose at grapefruit and say, I don't like grapefruit, well, we have to do a bit of adjustment there. So what I'll often say, would you prefer to have a very savoury breakfast like avocado, tomato, cucumber? And if they go, no, I don't want that for breakfast. But some would like it. So I say, what would you like? If I make suggestions and I don't get any pluses, so I say, well, what would you like? And they might say, well, I would like to start with some fruit. So what's another fruit a diabetic could have?
Granny Smith apple.
Granny Smith apple, yeah?
Tomato.
Yeah. Or we could just say the green apple. Yeah, it could be that.
Cherries is also.
Pardon?
Cherries.
Cherries, yeah. Cherries, they're nice, low glycemic. We'll say an or an or. Okay.
Berries in general. Berries.
That's right. Yep, we'll just say berries. He might live here and on his morning walk he might pick blueberries. So let's have a look and see what we've got here. We've got our fibre, yeah. Everything has fibre. We've got protein. We've got some protein in the buckwheat. We've got some protein in the legumes, the lentils. Fats,
Avocado.
yeah.
Nuts.
Yeah. Avocado could come up with the raw. And of course, avocado would depend on where the person lives because sometimes the avocado is just too expensive or not grown there. Nuts, yep. Nuts will certainly lift it up. So that's a great breakfast for a diabetic.
In addition to lentils, grapefruit, buckwheat, green apples, cherries and berries, there are plenty of other breakfast options that can help diabetics maintain stable blood sugar levels while still enjoying a satisfying meal. One excellent choice is oatmeal, but it's important to opt for steel-cut or rolled oats rather than instant oatmeal, which often contains added sugars. Oats are rich in soluble fibre, which helps slow down the absorption of sugar into the bloodstream, preventing spikes in blood glucose levels. To enhance the flavour and nutritional value, diabetics can add cinnamon, which has been shown to improve insulin sensitivity, along with nuts and seeds for added protein and healthy fats. Another great option is Greek yogurt with nuts and berries. Greek yogurt is high in protein, which helps keep blood sugar stable and provides a feeling of fullness. It's best to choose unsweetened, full-fat Greek yogurt to avoid added sugars and unnecessary carbohydrates. Topping it with a handful of walnuts, almonds, chia seeds or flax seeds adds healthy fats and fibre, while berries contribute natural sweetness without causing a sharp blood sugar rise. For those who prefer a savoury breakfast, eggs with vegetables is a fantastic choice. Eggs are packed with protein and healthy fats, making them an ideal option for diabetics. Scrambled eggs, omelettes or boiled eggs paired with spinach, tomatoes, bell peppers, mushrooms or avocados create a nutrient-dense meal. Adding a sprinkle of feta cheese or nutritional yeast can enhance the flavour while keeping the meal diabetes-friendly. Another option is chia seed pudding, which is made by soaking chia seeds in unsweetened almond milk or coconut milk overnight. Chia seeds are rich in fibre, omega-3 fatty acids, and protein, all of which help regulate blood sugar. A small amount of vanilla extract, cinnamon, or a few berries can be added for natural sweetness and flavour. For those who enjoy a toast-based breakfast, whole grain or sprouted grain toast is a better option than white bread. Topping it with avocado, hummus or nut butter without added sugars provides healthy fats and protein. Alternatively, adding cottage cheese with cucumber and black pepper makes for a refreshing and filling meal. A smoothie can also be a good breakfast if prepared correctly. A low-carb smoothie made with unsweetened almond milk, spinach, protein powder, a handful of berries, and a tablespoon of flax seeds or chia seeds provides a well-balanced meal that won't spike blood sugar. By combining fibre, protein and healthy fats, diabetics can enjoy a variety of delicious and satisfying breakfast options while keeping their blood sugar levels in check.
Let's have a look at a diabetic's lunch. What are we going to start with?
Salad.
Salad. And the salad is what they like. You know, some people like grated carrot, finely chopped celery and lettuce. Some people like a salad made out of cabbage, finely sliced cabbage. So it's what they can, what they have in the garden. There's a whole range of things you can do. There's also the tabbouleh salad. You're familiar with tabbouleh, which is the parsley salad? It's usually made with cracked wheat, but we make it with quinoa. So, salad. Might be grated beetroot, it might be just tomato, cucumber, avocado and lettuce. So, and that's the beauty of the health retreat. We usually do a slightly different salad every day to show them different things you can do. Because most people don't eat enough raw. Our chefs are not allowed to serve tossed salad every day. We want some variety in the salads.
Can they take carrots?
Yeah. So salad.
Radish.
Radish, yeah. Radish is great. That could be part of the salad. If the salads are exciting and tasting, they're more likely to eat them. Now, my husband does not like garlic. He does not like anything hot. And when he has salad, he doesn't want any dressing on it. But we have a lot of very delicious dressings, so we put them in the jug and, you know, the people can choose what they like.
Seeds on top.
Could put seeds on top, yeah. Pumpkin seeds are good, especially if the man has a prostate problem, because the pumpkin seeds are very high in zinc. Yeah?
Are they damaged at all if you roast them? Or
Yeah, they are a little. Sometimes we'll roast them just for a certain flavour, but remember your double bonds, they do get destroyed with the roasting. Yeah.
Sunflower sauce.
Yeah?
We still like this one because with yogurt.
Sunflower sauce.
Yeah, also it's a lemon sauce.
We do a sunflower dressing that's sunflowers with water and lemon, garlic and salt, and you blend that a lot and it comes out white. You don't think the sunflower seeds would come out white, but they do. Yeah?
I read that some nuts are more easily digestible if you roast them.
Okay, I wonder why.
I don't know.
Yeah.
maybe because they taste good.
Well,
Yeah. Tastes good.
Yeah, it gives a nice flavour, and sometimes we'll roast for a certain flavour in a dish. We do a satay. You familiar with satay? Sauce, which is usually roasted peanuts, but we use roasted almonds. So we do that just for a flavour in a sauce we'll do. Remember, it's not the odd day you might roast your nuts or the odd day you don't. It's what you do every day. That's
What about the Thousand Islands dressing? That would be nice.
well, what is Thousand Island dressing?
I think is it paprika
Mayonnaise
better?
with tomato puree.
Yeah.
So that's easy to make.
Yeah, and of course tomatoes, your low sugar fruits.
It
So
was
they're
it
fun.
mayonnaise, tomato, or
And sometimes you can just do olive oil, lemon and crushed garlic and salt. That's delicious.
Tahini.
Yeah, tahini in there makes it a little bit creamy. That makes it very nice. We do quite a few tahini dressings. Okay, a bit more for our diabetic here. for lunch?
Stewed vegetables.
Steamed veg?
Steamed, yeah.
Yep, steamed vegetables. No limit on the vegetables. They could be stir-fried one day, steamed another day. So they could be stir-fried or steamed or baked. Remember, we're looking at a little bit of variety.
For a diabetic-friendly lunch, legumes can be an excellent option. Chickpeas, lentils and black beans provide protein and fibre while keeping blood sugar levels stable. A lentil soup with herbs and a touch of garlic offers both flavour and nutrition. Hummus made from blended chickpeas, tahini, lemon juice and a pinch of salt can be served with vegetable sticks like cucumber, bell peppers and celery. Quinoa bowls can be a satisfying choice. Cooked quinoa paired with grilled vegetables, avocado, and a protein source like tofu, eggs, or grilled chicken creates a balanced meal. A simple dressing made from olive oil, lemon juice, and herbs can enhance the taste without spiking blood sugar. Egg-based dishes are another great choice. A vegetable omelette with spinach, tomatoes, and onions provides protein and nutrients. Scrambled eggs with sautéed mushrooms and zucchini can be served with a side of leafy greens for a well-rounded meal. Soups can be both filling and nourishing. A hearty vegetable soup made with zucchini, carrots, tomatoes, and fresh herbs can be paired with a small portion of lean protein. A creamy soup can be prepared using blended cauliflower or pumpkin, with coconut milk for richness and a touch of cinnamon for flavour. For those who enjoy wraps, using large lettuce leaves instead of traditional bread can be a great way to create a low-carb option. A wrap filled with grilled chicken, avocado, and sliced cucumbers with a drizzle of tahini dressing can be both tasty and satisfying. A tuna salad made with Greek yogurt, mustard, and chopped celery can also be wrapped in leafy greens for a light yet protein-packed meal. Roasted vegetables can bring variety to the plate. Slices of zucchini, bell peppers, and eggplant can be roasted with olive oil and herbs. A portion of grilled salmon or baked tofu can be added to complete the meal. Steamed broccoli and cauliflower with a sprinkle of sesame seeds and a dash of tamari can provide additional flavour and texture. Now let's discuss dinner options for diabetics. Dinner should be light yet satisfying, with a good balance of protein, healthy fats, and fibre. Choosing whole foods and avoiding heavy carbohydrates can help maintain stable blood sugar levels through the night. Grilled or baked fish can be a great protein choice. Salmon, mackerel, and sardines provide omega-3 fatty acids, which support heart health. A simple seasoning with lemon, garlic, and fresh herbs can enhance the flavour. A side of roasted Brussels sprouts, asparagus, or sautéed spinach can complete the meal. Chicken or turkey can also be a good source of lean protein. A baked chicken breast with rosemary, thyme, and a drizzle of olive oil can pair well with steamed green beans or roasted cauliflower. A side of mashed avocado or a small serving of hummus can add healthy fats. Soups can be warm and comforting without raising blood sugar too quickly. A bowl of lentil soup made with tomatoes, onions, and fresh herbs provides fibre and protein. A vegetable-based soup with zucchini, carrots, celery, and garlic can be blended for a creamy texture without using dairy. Vegetable stir-fries can be both quick and delicious. Sliced bell peppers, mushrooms, bok choy, and broccoli can be lightly sautéed with olive oil, garlic, and a splash of tamari for extra flavour. Adding tofu, shrimp, or grilled chicken can make the dish more filling. Cauliflower rice can be a good alternative to traditional rice, providing fibre without spiking blood sugar. Egg-based dishes can work well for dinner. A frittata with spinach, onions, and cherry tomatoes can be cooked in a pan and finished in the oven. Scrambled eggs with sautéed mushrooms and zucchini can be paired with a side of mixed greens for a simple, nourishing meal. For those who enjoy pasta-style dishes, spiralised zucchini or spaghetti squash can be a great alternative to traditional pasta. These can be served with a homemade tomato sauce made from fresh tomatoes, garlic, basil, and olive oil. Grilled chicken or shrimp can be added for protein. A sprinkle of parmesan or nutritional yeast can enhance the taste. Legumes can also be included in dinner. A chickpea and vegetable curry made with coconut milk, turmeric and cumin can be served over a small portion of quinoa. A black bean and avocado salad with diced tomatoes, red onion and cilantro can be a fresh and flavorful option. Salads can be a lighter dinner choice that still provides essential nutrients. A bed of leafy greens with roasted pumpkin seeds, cucumbers and feta cheese can be drizzled with olive oil and lemon juice. A protein source such as grilled salmon, tuna or boiled eggs can make the salad more satisfying. Baked vegetables can bring warmth and texture to a meal. Slices of zucchini, eggplant and bell peppers can be roasted with olive oil, garlic and oregano. A side of tahini dressing can add richness and flavor. For those who prefer a heartier meal, stuffed bell peppers can be a great option. These can be filled with a mixture of quinoa, lentils, diced tomatoes and fresh herbs. Baking them until tender creates a comforting dish without excessive carbohydrates. Snacks or small sides can make dinner more interesting. A handful of almonds, walnuts or sunflower seeds can provide healthy fats. A chia pudding made with unsweetened almond milk, cinnamon and vanilla extract can serve as a light and nutritious dessert. Eating a well-balanced dinner helps maintain stable blood sugar levels overnight. Choosing fiber-rich vegetables, lean proteins and healthy fats ensures meals are both delicious and beneficial for overall health. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on more health tips. Stay healthy, stay informed, and we'll see you in the next one.